What is quality representation if your constituents can't vouch for you as a lawmaker that is performing his or her duties exceptionally well in your constituency, when we have an understanding that the legislators have the responsibilities of representation, lawmaking and oversight? My guest today is an honorable member of the House of Representatives who has been proven, tested and trusted. He is representing Ekiti, Irepodun, Isin, Okeero Federal Constituency of Kwara State. I am Maria Olasheinde. Welcome to Know Your Representative, a program that bridges the gap between lawmakers and their constituents. But first, let's know a little more about my guest, Honorable Abdurrahim Olawi Ajuloopin. From humble beginnings proceed great things. These words best describe the formative experiences of Honorable Abdurrahim Olawi Tunji Ajuloopin, who defied the odds of his childhood to make something noteworthy of himself. Born on January 3rd, 1965 in Omuaro, Kwara State, Olawi attended Government Demonstration School between 1970 to 1973 and Muslim Community Primary School, Omuaro, Kwara State, between 1974 to 1980, before proceeding to Omuaro High School, Kwara State, between 1980 and 1985 for his West African School certificate. His toil was not in vain, as his exceptional performance in his WAEC and good fortune enabled him to study international relations at the Tokyo International University, Japan, between 1995 and 1999. Before that, his zeal for self-improvement between 1986 to 1989 saw him become a student at the FBA Computer College, Egbeda, Lagos, for a diploma in desktop publishing and basic office skills. Honorable Abdurrahim Tunji Ajuloopin started his political career in Lagos as a member of the Alliance for Democracy in 1998. His hunger for service combined with ambition saw him emerge as an aspirant for Alimosho Federal Constituency in the 1999 and 2003 general election. Since then, his political career took on a challenging, albeit upward trajectory as he moved to Kwara politics in the year 2010 and was the candidate of the Action Congress of Nigeria, ACN. Undaunted by the losses encountered along the way, he became the chairmanship candidate of APC for Irepodun local government in Kwara State in 2013. His politics moved to Kwara State in 2015 when he aspired to be the representative for Ekiti, Irepodun, Isin, Okeero Federal Constituency. In 2018, when there was a by-election in his constituency, fate brought him reward for hard work when he was presented by his political party, APC, to be the candidate for the National Assembly polls, which he eventually won on November the 17th, 2018. In the 2019 general election, he was re-elected as the honorable member of the House of Representatives for Ekiti, Isin, Irepodun, Okeero Federal Constituency. Honorable Olawi's personal attributes include good interpersonal and communication skills, honesty and diligence. Ajuloopin's outlook to life is driven by these thoughts. Every human success is conditioned by the amount of risk he or she is ready to take. Rep. Olawi is also the House Committee Chairman on Emergency and Disaster Preparedness. He represents Ekiti, Irepodun, Isin, Okeero Federal Constituency of Kwara State under the All Progressives Congress, APC. Welcome back, and you're still watching Know Your Representative, the program that bridges the visible gap between the lawmakers and their constituents. This week, let's bring you up to speed with what Honorable Abdurrahim Tunji Olawiyi Ajuloopin has done for his constituency in the last 365 days, and still counting. The reports. Kwara must be free. Our time will be different. Together we can. Isheya Ajuloshibebe, ride on, rep. Wherever you see these slogans, one man comes to mind, and his name is Honorable Abdurrahim Tunji Olawiyi Ajuloopin. Honorable Abdurrahim Tunji Olawiyi Ajuloopin has honored the social contract in many different ways after receiving his certificate of return following his victory at the last election. I have received my certificate of return, and I dedicate it to everyone who contributed to it. I'll work very hard not to disappoint you. Let the real work begin now. The work has started. And a congratulatory letter from President Muhammadu Buhari has been more than the motivation he requires to roll up his sleeves, something his constituents attest to. A year has gone by, and the people of Ekiti, Irepodun, Isin, Okero Federal Constituency of Kwara State are convinced that their choice of Honorable Tunji Olawiyi Ajuloopin as their representative remains the best so far. These constituents testify that Honorable Tunji Ajuloopin is not only celebrated within his constituency, but also throughout neighboring Kwara State.
Láti sọ̀rọ̀ lórí Honorable Ajulo. Mo ti wà lórí oyè nísìn ó ti tó 26 years, and ó yẹ kẹ́ni àmọ̀ pé láàrin 26 years àwọn ẹlẹgbẹ́ tó ti kọjá lára mi tàbí tí mo ti kọjá lára ẹ̀ ó yẹ ká mọ̀ pọ̀. Kẹ́rẹ́ tó wọlé tán nǹkan lá méjì ló ṣe fún ìlú yìí. Èkíní náà ni solar power, èyí tó sọ ààfin mi lóru tó sọ lóru dọ̀sán. Èkejì òun náà ni eye glasses tó jẹ́ pé fún kì í ṣe àwọn ọmọ ọlọ́fà nìkan, gbogbo àwọn tí ó ní wàhálà ojú. Ọlọ́run Olódùmarè kò ní jẹ́ kó dààmú, kò ní rí wàhálà. Ibi tó sì wà yìí bó lọ lẹ́ẹ̀mẹ́wàá Ìlọ́fà máa dìbò fún ni, Òkè-Ẹ̀rọ yóò máa dìbò fún ni, nítorí pé ọmọlúàbí ni.
Equally organize empowerment for artisans, graduates, with people coming to train, and they train them almost 30,000 on each of the students to sponsor each, and for them to be able to access CBN loan.
Ajuloopin, who is also the chairman Emergency and Disaster Preparedness, is credited with the completion of Imoji Erimokpe Road and the major bridge in Orago, situated in Omuaran community, as he has provided motorized boreholes in all the 4 local governments. In addition to this, Honorable Ajuloopin promised to make more boreholes available to each of the 42 wards under his constituency.
As he come do this water for us, since the day when they have done this water, we are freshening water every time, morning, afternoon, evening, night. Anytime you come, any moment you come, you go fresh water and go.
I'm using this opportunity to express our profound gratitude, happiness, and the way the Honorable Ajulo has projected the image of Eruku in the area of agriculture. Eruku city is a community that if given the right opportunity, we can feed the whole part of almost Kwara State.
A dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ fún oore ńláńlá tó ṣe fún wa. A dúpẹ́ àwa opó torí ó fún wa ní owó. Gbà tó wá fún wa ní owó, òun fúnra ẹ̀ ló fi owó yẹn lé wa lọ́wọ́. Kò fi rán èèyàn sí wa. Ó ṣe wá dáadáa. Ó sì ṣe wá iná wa dùn. Torí náà a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀.
You're still watching Know Your Representative, and my guest today is a member of the House of Representatives. He is Honorable Abdurrahim Tunji Olawi Ajuloopin. He is representing Ekiti, Irepodo, Isin, Okiero, Federal Constituency of Kwara State. You're welcome to Know Your Representative.
Thank you, Maria.
So let's begin this way. Your name, Ajuloopin. What's the meaning?
Thank you very much. It's an inherited name from my father. You know, most of these business tycoon those days, after their names, they have popular names of their business and what the community knows them to be. You know. So Ajuloopin, to me, to the best of my understanding, it's like you're telling people around you that superiority has no limit. You understand what I'm saying? If you're a medical doctor, I have my own profession. I might be a lawyer or an engineer. So it's endless. Superiority, seniority. It's not limited. Yeah, it's not limited to any individual. So if you senior me here, I have some level of seniority over you in another field.
But the Ajulo speaks.
You speak a lot of, you know, a lot of
okay, let's talk about your upbringing briefly. What was your upbringing like? I
was born into the family of business tycoon. Both of my parents, both of them are into business, and they are quite resourceful. But for one day, I've never lived a life of a wealthy a son who is from a wealthy home. You know, I went to the same school everybody went to in the community. There's no special trip abroad. You know, my father is a very disciplined man. He has money, but he doesn't want to spoil anybody. No, you have to go through the rudiment of every game he puts on. You know, we went to the same normal school everybody went to. No special school for us.
Okay, let's talk about your journey into politics briefly. How or why did you venture into politics?
That's a lovely one. You know, it was an individual that inspired me into politics. Chief Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola.
Really?
Yeah.
The same Abiola?
Yes, of course. I could remember vividly when he was running for, presidential on the platform of SDP in 1993. I was still very young, but I have this passion for him. Most of his philanthropy, his gesture, inspires me a lot. So I really want to take after him. So because of him, I attend meetings.
At what age?
I was quite young, 1993. Should be like, you know, very 20-something, yeah. So I was actively involved in his political campaign. He didn't know me, but I used my money to print souvenirs. You know, in my area in Ajuloopin, then people used to come to my house for electoral materials. You know, they even tagged me. Yeah, they even tagged me, Abiola's son, Amabiola. You know.
But did you get to meet him personally?
Of course, I met MKO not like the way I would have loved to, you know, just met casually. You know.
So after MKO?
After MKO,
you didn't stop?
I didn't stop, no. Already, if I want to be like MKO, that means I want to be a philanthropist, like, I need to be in politics. I've been doing my philanthropy movement, but I discover as an individual, there's limitations to what you can do. You have to participate in government. So I didn't stop at following MKO. You know, I some few years later, I pick another, you know, mentor, you know, in the person of Ajuloopin. You know, to me, it's a lineage, you know, progressive lineage. And I pray Almighty Allah, I will never deviate from those kind of lineage because they are progressive. They are progressive, you know.
So let's talk about your relationship with your constituents. What kind of relationship do you have with your people?
My people, you know. I feel flattered, the kind of support they gave me. As a God-fearing elected officer, their welfare is always on my mind. Unfortunately, I don't have an executive pen to issue, executive order, go and fix this today, go and fix this tomorrow, you know. Legislative job is quite different from executive, you know. You lobby for projects. Everything is about lobby here. But so far so good, my relationship with my constituents are so cordial. They so much believe in me. The response out there is overwhelming. I'm telling you, they are very good to me and I'm very good to them.
So let's talk about your projects, the empowerment. The last 365 days and still counting. Can you run us through your empowerment?
I might not be able to mention everything, you know, but the one I remember vividly and that I so much appreciate is the empowerment of the widow in my constituency. There was a particular period I went to Kwara and I just take a stroll into the market just to have on-the-spot assessment of what is obtainable in my constituency. I saw a lot of traders, mostly widows, trading with as little as 1,000 naira, 2,000 naira. That's the whole capital they run their businesses with. So it now dawned on me that, okay, this kind of people, and they still feed their families, you know, they send their children to schools. How did they do it? Okay, how can we assist them? So firstly, I projected like 20,000 per candidate, per widow. It's a limited fund. There's limited fund for this project, you know. And I said, okay, instead of us capturing just about 500 of them, I can say, let us stretch it to like 1,050. So we picked 25 widows per ward. I've got 42 wards on my constituency, 42 wards.
That's
so if we multiply 42 by 25 widows, we have 1,050 of them. So we give them, this money is just little money, but it goes a long way. You know what? After some few months, some of these widows came to my house. They brought gifts for me.
Really?
Their businesses are improving, you know. Some of them must have used it to settle debt or pay school fees, but you know, most of them use it, you know, judiciously, and they were returning back to the society. In terms of, most of them don't come to my house to beg for money again.
That's a big
10,000 is a lot of money to some people.
So now we're going to differentiate between your personal projects and your constituency projects. We're trying to explain to someone who was asking your question that this is your personal project. So where do we draw the personal project and the constituency project?
I can't deny the fact that this office has given me some opportunity, in terms of you draw salary, there's some allowances, As a private sector person, I've already I have budget for my own personal income and other things, So I've been able to save some money from my office just because of, how can I get back to the society that produced me? So when allocation is, constituency project is coming, I don't have access to it. Contractors get the project, go to my constituency. The only thing they can, reach out to me. Probably they want to have the locations of the project. Out of pocket, the one I refer to personal project is the widow empowerment. There's no budget allocation for that. No. Like the school fee, scholarship for the 336 students in my constituency. There's no budget allocation for that.
There was a road construction. I read on your Twitter page where you said you're doing this personally. Okay,
that's in my primary community, Umwaro, where I was born. There's this particular road been abandoned for close to 30 years now, or more than that. This is where I was born. So what's going to be my contribution to my community? You understand? So that kind of project is my personal project. Okay. Though I'm not constructing the road entirely, but there's a bridge that has detached one part of the community from the other. So if we can easy access, and later in the year or some other time, it might not even be my office. Maybe the state government can come and fix the road permanently for us. Yeah, I don't want to limit my activities to my hometown alone. I have 42 wards. I have 4 local governments under my constituency. So if I could fix a bridge for Umaro community, I can as well do that in other communities, especially when it's not out of hand, out of range. When they bring it, there are 2 ways to it. I can put it in my zonal intervention project to be fixed. If it's not too much for me to handle personally, then I'll fix it. It's so simple. There's no rocket science to it, yes.
Okay, so this segment now is where you get to speak with your people in your dialect. But for your own constituents, when you go home, how do you relate with them? How do you interact with them?
Alákínṣe ìyẹn fún àwọn èèyàn mi ní Èkìtì local government. Ẹ̀gún o, èèyàn ọmọ ìyá mi ní Ìrẹ́pọ̀dún àti Ìsìn. Ẹ ṣeun, ẹ kú àfaradà wa, ẹ kú àdúrótì wa. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ tán ṣiṣẹ́ fún wa lásìkò election àti àwọn aráàlú tán dìbò fún wa nígbà election. Mo kí gbogbo àwọn aráàlú, gbogbo àwọn ọba wa pátápátá. Àǹfààní tẹ́ fún mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí àdéhùn tí mo ṣe fún mi pé èmi náà mi ò ní ṣìlò. Pé ní àsìkò lásìkò lèmi àti ìyájọ́ máa ní àjọṣe papọ̀. Mo dẹ̀ rò pé láti bí ọdún kan tá ti wà nínú ọ́fíìsì yìí, mi ò rò pé oṣù kan dídí pé tí mi ò ní wá sí ilé láti wá yọjú sí yín. Mo fàsìkò yìí rọ̀ yín pé gbogbo intẹ́ ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ mi, mo fẹ́ kí n mọ̀ pé ọwọ́ ò lè ká gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan náà. Ṣùgbọ́n gbogbo àǹfààní tó wà nínú ọ́fíìsì aṣòfin tó tọ́ sí constituency mi, gẹ́gẹ́ bí àdéhùn tí mo ṣe fún yín pé màá jẹ́ kó máa tẹ̀yìn lọ ní àsìkò lásìkò. mo tún fi lè ṣe àdéhùn fún yín pé mi ò ní yà kó lójú ọ̀nà àdéhùn tí mi àti yín jọ ṣe.
In the words of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, no one can do it for you, you have to do it yourself. And that's our package for you this week. Join me again next week as I bring another interesting edition of Know Your Representative. Always remember, no one is immune to coronavirus. Follow us on our social media handles showing on your screen. You can also contact us on the numbers showing on your screen. Thanks for watching. I am Maria Olasheinde.